Welcome to the Deep Dive's first episode for 2026. What a way to kick off the new year.
Absolutely.
If you're feeling like the ground beneath enterprise digital marketing has shifted, and not just trembled, but, truly moved, you are absolutely not alone.
Not at all.
It's become impossible to ignore the widespread attention this topic is getting. We are seeing major media outlets, the Wall Street Journal, Forbes, Business Insider, all running these huge cover stories on how search and visibility have just fundamentally changed because of the explosive rise of generative AI.
And that new definition of visibility is exactly why we're here today. For the last few weeks, we've been really deep diving into these critical sources that detail the 5 key enterprise SEO and AI trends that are going to define success for large organizations in the next year and probably beyond.
So what's the mission for this deep dive?
Our mission is to unpack this seismic shift for you. I mean, user behavior is no longer linear. It has moved decidedly from the standard, single destination search query, a click in a single destination, to these multi-platform conversational discoveries.
Right.
And if you are responsible for digital presence at scale, you need to get your head around what this means for your content architecture and your visibility strategy, like right now.
The core conflict we are navigating is maybe the most fascinating piece of this whole puzzle. On one hand, you've got Google,
The giant.
the absolute giant, holding roughly 90% market share in traditional search. They are the established king and, they aren't going anywhere.
Not a chance.
But we cannot afford to ignore the growth and, more importantly, just the sheer presence of these new AI discovery engines. I'm talking about the large language models powering assistants like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and the new wave of Google's own conversational AI. This forces enterprise marketers out of that traditional SEO silo and into a critical new discipline the sources are calling search everywhere optimization.
It's an essential reframing. It's no longer about optimizing to rank highly on a single page of results for a specific set of keywords.
The old 10 blue links.
That's dead. Now, we're in a race to become the trusted, authoritative source that these complex AI engines recommend or synthesize or cite, regardless of whether the user starts their search on Google, in a browser, or, inside an AI assistant's chat window.
So the rules have changed.
Completely. From ranking to influence.
Okay, if that's the new goal influence optimization, then let's unpack this, starting with trend 1, which I guess provides the foundation. This trend insists that SEO fundamentals are absolutely not dead.
Far from it.
In fact, they are now the non-negotiable prerequisite for any successful AI visibility strategy.
This is the layering effect that large enterprises have to understand. We have these new optimization disciplines emerging, and they are inherently complex. We're talking about generative optimization, or GEO. Which is all about ensuring your content is structured so LLMs can synthesize it into accurate answers. And then there's answer-based optimization, AEO, which is focused on earning placement within the new AI answer boxes and overviews.
Right.
These new optimization efforts are layered on top of core SEO. You can pour all the resources in the world into AEO and content creation, but if your technical infrastructure is shaky,
It's all for nothing.
those efforts just collapse before the AI even gets a chance to ingest them. I mean, these AI systems are sophisticated, but they require reliable, ingestible data streams.
So if your technical health is poor, if you have slow pages, broken internal links, or poor indexation, you're essentially building that beautiful penthouse suite on a crumbling foundation.
That's a perfect analogy.
The AI systems are just bypassing you because they deem your data too unreliable, too difficult to access, or too slow to process in real time.
Yep.
Exactly. Technical SEO elements, crawlability, indexation, site architecture, core web vitals, and structured data, they have to be perfect. They act as the essential translation layer between your complex enterprise content and these smart AI systems.
The new plumbing.
It is the new digital plumbing, and if the plumbing is leaking, nothing else matters.
Okay, let's focus on the power of structured data, or schema markup, because the source material identifies this as maybe the single most critical component of that translation layer today.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's not just about simple navigational elements anymore, is it?
That's a critical distinction. Schema markup now provides AI engines with a highly detailed, non-ambiguous roadmap. It tells the AI exactly what kind of information it is looking at, bypassing the need for the AI to interpret context solely through natural language.
So it's like giving it cliff notes.
Exactly. For enterprises with deep product catalogs or extensive help resources, this means providing structured data for granular details.
So give us some concrete examples. What does an enterprise need to be marking up that they might have previously just ignored? Okay, so we're talking about highly specific applications.
Yeah.
For customer service, you need structured data for detailed customer Q&As, support articles, troubleshooting steps. For products, it's not just the name and price. It's detailed product specifications, compatibility matrices, and feature breakdowns.
Wow, that's deep.
And crucially, you have to mark up user feedback and testimonials, allowing the AI to gauge social proof. And maybe most vital for EEAT, enterprises must mark up the content creator's expertise and qualifications.
The author.
The author, their credentials, everything. If you don't explicitly hand that complex data over via robust schema, the AI has to rely on inference, which often leads to inaccurate citations, or worse.
It just picks your competitor.
It simply chooses a competitor who provided the roadmap.
And here's where it gets really interesting, and this is the pivot point into what the sources are calling the agentic era. We're discussing a massive fundamental change in the mechanics of discovery.
It's a game changer.
It's no longer about indexing pages for later use. AI agents are now actively browsing and fetching information on behalf of the users in real time.
This is a profound change that requires a new kind of technical readiness. We are seeing AI agents like GPT-bot, Claude-bot, Perplexity-bot, and Google Extended acting as instant, high-speed proxy users.
So they're not like the old Google bot.
No, they're asking questions and demanding immediate answers, often bypassing JavaScript rendering and expecting clean, semantic HTML delivery. The internal tracking cited in our sources is, frankly, staggering.
What's the number?
These agents now account for roughly 33% of organic search activity, and that share is climbing rapidly month over month.
1/3. 1/3 of your potential organic visibility is now mediated by a non-human, high-speed entity.
Exactly.
That's not a niche segment. That's a mainstream consumption channel. The practical implication is that a site suffering from technical debt is now failing 1/3 of its potential audience immediately.
And that has immense consequences for brand recognition. Brands that are not visible or accessible to these AI crawlers, maybe because they haven't fixed their technical health,
Right.
or they block new agent crawlers by default risk, being completely invisible to the next generation of consumers.
Right, the ones who rely on these AI assistants for instantaneous, synthesized answers.
This forces us to shift the goal from traditional ranking to optimizing for agent conversions.
I want to pause on that term, agent conversions. It sounds a little counterintuitive to a traditional marketer. If the AI agent is the new middleman, the goal isn't just to get the agent to read your page.
Right.
It's to make it easy for the agent to retrieve information, present it accurately in its own output, and ultimately drive the necessary action back to the brand. What does that conversion even look like? Is it a click? A purchase?
So in the agentic era, the initial conversion is often not a click, but rather a successful citation or a seamless data delivery. The AI agent, acting for the user, successfully retrieves specific data points, say a complex warranty detail, a pricing tier, or a compatibility specification, and delivers it to the user. The successful conversion is your brand's data being chosen over a competitor's.
I see.
The ultimate conversion, the ROI, comes when the AI, after successfully retrieving and synthesizing the information, generates a direct cited link back to your site for the user to complete the transaction or download the resource.
So the core focus areas for enterprise marketers in 2026 have to be centered on ensuring the successful data retrieval. What are the key technical pieces for that?
Well, prioritizing site speed and technical health is paramount, especially focusing on server response time, as these non-rendering agents demand content instantly.
No waiting.
Zero waiting. Secondly, clear content hierarchy and logical page structure are vital for comprehension. The content needs to be highly descriptive, avoiding overly abstract language, so the LLM knows precisely which section provides the definitive answer.
And beyond traditional schema, the source mentioned adopting AI-ready protocols like MCP servers and LMMs.txt files. These are highly specific technical standards. We need to define those for our listener.
Absolutely. Think of the traditional robots.txt file, which tells search engines which parts of your site not to crawl. The LMMs.txt file is a new, specialized extension of that concept. It allows a brand to provide highly granular instructions to specific large language models about how they should consume data, which content they're allowed to use for training, and crucially, which content should be prioritized for citation purposes.
So it's like a VIP pass for your best content.
It's a tool for fine-grained content governance. It's incredibly powerful.
And MCP servers.
Right. So MCP servers, or multi-channel platform servers, are all about control and efficiency. As the volume of agentic crawling increases, remember that 33% figure enterprises face a massive load on their servers.
I can only imagine.
MCP servers help manage the rate limits for different AI crawlers, prioritizing crucial data sets for fast access while preventing certain bots from overwhelming the infrastructure. This technical hygiene is just non-negotiable for maintaining scale.
Okay, so if trend one is the necessary plumbing and infrastructure, then the substance we pump through those technical pipes becomes the defining factor.
That's right.
That moves us perfectly into trend two, content quality. This trend emphasizes that content quality is now the primary differentiator for AI visibility. EEAT experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness, and content diversity matter more than ever.
And what's fascinating here is how the definition of high-quality content has fundamentally changed in the AI era. It now has to prioritize clarity, verifiable fact, and cognitive ease.
Cognitive ease.
Yeah. The sources make a crucial distinction. AI tools don't cite content that merely repackages existing common information. They can generate that themselves instantly with high fluency.
They are looking not just for information, but for the original source of verifiable truth.
Precisely. They're looking for unique insights, original research, proprietary data, and demonstrably trusted sources that exhibit high EEAT signals. If your content is derivative or just a rehash of Wikipedia, it will not earn the citation.
It'll just be absorbed.
It'll be synthesized and summarized, and your brand will disappear into the background noise regardless of how well you optimize the technical side.
So we need to write for both the human reader seeking ease and the machine seeking quotable, structured facts. What are the key content tips for achieving this delicate balance and winning that essential AI ingestion and visibility?
The structure itself matters immensely. You have to open with concise, insight-led summaries. Don't bury the conclusion 1,500 words down.
Get to the point.
Get to the point.
Right.
Structure the entire article with tight sections, clear headings, and predictable formatting. But beyond mere structure, the source strongly suggests leveraging the power of storytelling.
Storytelling? That seems counterintuitive. How does an AI benefit from a narrative structure?
So the technique is to lead with a relatable story or anecdote, then immediately follow it with the hard data and verifiable facts. Relatable anecdotes don't just improve human engagement. They make the content stickier and more quotable for the AI because they provide context, demonstration, and real-world relevance.
So it helps the LLM understand the application of the data.
Exactly. And that often leads to higher citation value.
That moves us beyond simple keyword density and into something much more sophisticated writing, specifically for machine ingestion. It's a specialized form of technical writing, isn't it?
It is. This means intentionally using clear question-answer pairs throughout the text, provide clear, definitive definitions for industry terms, and use concise, structured examples that large language models can easily absorb and incorporate into their synthesized answers.
So if you write like an encyclopedia entry that also has a compelling, trustworthy human voice.
You're on the right track.
Okay. As we talk about content diversity, we have to move into the crucial area of multimodal search. The traditional text-based search is no longer the sole player. Combining text, voice, image, and video is rapidly becoming standard practice for users.
This is where we see the necessity of an omni-channel strategy really shine. I mean, AI assistants are trained to be comprehensive problem solvers, and often the best answer requires visual or auditory context.
And the data backs this up.
Oh, the data is compelling. BrightEdge noted a 121% increase in e-commerce-related YouTube citations specifically for AI overviews.
121%.
A 121% increase. That tells you AI is proactively seeking out visual and video context when solving commercial queries, often because a quick tutorial is the most efficient answer.
So this isn't a future trend, it's an urgent priority. If AI is looking at video for e-commerce answers, what are the actionable tips brands need to implement now to capture that multimodal visibility?
Okay, first and foremost, repurpose content across all formats. If you have a detailed blog post on product assembly, turn it into a short chaptered video tutorial, an infographic, and an audio clip for voice search. Don't rely solely on written text.
Makes sense.
Second, invest heavily in utility-driven content calculators, templates, checklists, proprietary tools. These are high-value, solution-oriented assets that LLMs recognize as authoritative and useful, often citing them as the solution rather than just the answer.
And you mentioned where this content lives is also critical. It's not just about the corporate website anymore, is it?
Absolutely not. Enterprises must actively share content on channels that AI tools are known to regularly pull from. Specifically, the sources cite Reddit, YouTube, and key professional social networks like LinkedIn. These platforms act as trusted, real-time indicators of authority and user sentiment.
And on the technical side?
You need to implement detailed technical markup, specifically video and image schema, to ensure the AI understands the context, subject, and relevance of the non-text elements. The AI needs to know, for example, that the image is a picture of the product's internal wiring, not just a random stock photo.
This inherent complexity in user demands is leading to what the sources describe as the query fan-out. The days of simple, single keywords are over. The complexity of these demands forces brands to move beyond striving for static rankings to actively building robust omnichannel content networks.
And when a user asks an AI assistant for complex recommendations, say, what's the best financial reporting software for a nonprofit operating in 3 different countries? The AI cannot rely on a single source.
Right.
It has to fan out across multiple authoritative sources, content types, and platforms to synthesize the best solution for that user's highly specific situation. The buyer expectation is that the AI will provide a bespoke answer, not just a generic top 10 list.
So the strategy can't just be about optimizing for nonprofit software. It has to be about answering these highly specific, persona-driven questions and mapping the entire user journey.
Exactly. That requires rebuilding content strategies around defined audience personas and specific, nuanced user intent. You need to map the related questions and variations triggered by core topics, ensuring comprehensive coverage.
So the goal is to create, what, an ecosystem?
An interconnected content ecosystem distributed across multiple platforms so every LLM, Google's, Perplexity's, OpenAI's, can find and cite you at every stage of the user's research. We are essentially designing our content to function as optimal, machine-readable training data.
And that data has to be consistent and authoritative everywhere.
Everywhere.
Okay, that consistency and authority need to be applied differently across various platforms, which leads us into platform-specific optimization nuances. It's clear you can't treat Google AI, ChatGPT, and Perplexity the same way. What are the key distinctions?
They serve different user intents and prioritize different signals. Let's start with Google AI. This integrates heavily with AI overviews and the shopping graph.
Right.
The user here is often in discovery mode, expecting rich, visual, and product-rich experiences. So the focus has to be on flawless visual assets, shopping feed optimization, and robust structured data to enable inclusion in those AI overviews. Optimizing for Google AI is like writing a shopping catalog.
Rich details, structured product info. Got it. What about ChatGPT?
ChatGPT users are often deeper in the funnel or seeking synthesized, comprehensive knowledge using the platform almost like a reference librarian. Here, you need to build authority through deep, well-structured content that speaks definitively to expertise and technical knowledge.
So the goal is different.
The optimization goal is very specific.
Yeah.
The cite is a trusted primary source when the AI synthesizes a detailed, often technical summary or comparison. You are optimizing for knowledge authority.
And finally, Perplexity. This platform has a reputation for attracting users who are actively seeking research and are driven by verification.
Yes. For Perplexity, you must prioritize authoritative, citation-worthy content that looks like academic research or investigative journalism.
Why is that?
Because those users actively verify sources and click through at significantly higher rates than average, your content must deliver research-grade, quality, unique data, strong methodology, and transparent sourcing. It needs to be the kind of detailed, fact-based content that earns consistent citations and validates the AI's recommendation to a skeptical audience.
So you're optimizing for peer review, essentially.
Exactly right.
Wow. That level of multi-platform strategy introduces immediate and immense challenges around measurement. So what does this all mean for how we track success? Trend 3 reveals a fundamental shift. Brand authority measurement is moving from simple presence on a search result page
Where did I rank?
to the actual perception and influence of that brand by the AI and the user.
We are transitioning from simple rank checking to model influence tracking. As AI assistants handle more early-stage discovery, LLMs have fundamentally become the new awareness engines for vast audiences.
So top of funnel is different now.
Top-of-funnel content success is now measured less by traditional organic traffic volume and far more by how influential that content is within the AI model's knowledge base and its resulting output.
This visibility, according to the source, is entirely hinging on trust and sentiment. If these AI models are essentially black boxes, how exactly is enterprise brand sentiment being measured and internalized by them?
It relies heavily on external third-party signals, what we call earned media. This means positive social mentions, detailed, verified user reviews on third-party platforms, and critically, the quantity and quality of backlinks and brand mentions from authoritative publishers.
I see.
These signals collectively shape how the AI models and the end users perceive your brand's credibility. LLMs are engineered to prioritize content from sources that demonstrate credibility. They trust brands that other trusted entities trust.
So the implication is if a brand is constantly being cited positively by, say, authoritative industry analysts or top-tier publications, the AI system is significantly more likely to trust that brand's primary source material when compiling an answer.
That's it.
This changes everything about how we spend our marketing budgets.
It forces a crucial measurement mindset change for marketers. You are no longer competing for the classic 10 blue links on a results page, which is a visibility competition.
Right.
You are competing to be referenced as a trusted, unbiased source inside the answer itself, which is an influence competition. This requires optimizing for influence, which means shaping the informational environment so both machines and people perceive your brand accurately, positively, and reliably.
This brings us to what is probably the most crucial section for our listener, the learner, who needs to transition their internal reporting immediately. We need to detail the 5 essential AI search metrics. We can't rush this. These are replacing years of traditional metrics.
They are. And these metrics are designed to directly track influence and perception, moving past simple impressions or traffic volume. They give executives the data they need to understand the new ROI.
Okay, let's start with the first one, the baseline measure of recognition.
That's AI presence rate. This is defined as the percentage of your target high-value queries where your brand explicitly appears or is referenced in the AI response.
So in the AI overview or a chat response.
Exactly, or Perplexity summary. It's the baseline measure of whether the AI recognizes your relevance for a specific topic, and it replaces traditional metrics like impression share or simple keyword ranking position.
Got it. Moving from implicit rank to explicit appearance, what about the quality measure, the second metric?
That's citation authority. This measures how consistently your brand is cited as the primary source or the definitive source within the AI's answer. It's a huge distinction. Are you just mentioned in the synthesis alongside 5 other brands, or are you the definitive quotable source that receives the clear credit?
That's a massive step up from page authority, which measured link equity. This is measuring knowledge equity.
Exactly. High citation authority indicates profound trust from the model.
The third one, share of AI conversation, sounds highly competitive and directly related to the influence we were just discussing.
It is the semantic real estate competition. This measures how much of the textual volume or conversational space of the AI answer is dedicated to your brand or content versus your competitors.
Okay, so if the AI provides a 3-paragraph long response,
are you taking up the majority of that conversational space by providing the most detailed, relevant facts? This metric is a direct analog to share of voice, but applied to the LLM output.
Excellent. The fourth metric moves into the realm of measuring content against the way users actually input information now, which is conversationally.
That's prompt effectiveness. This assesses how well your underlying content successfully answers complex natural language prompts. This moves far beyond simple keyword matching and measures your content's true ability to satisfy multifaceted conversational user requests.
It's about completeness.
It assesses the cognitive clarity and completeness of your answer set.
And finally, the fifth metric connects all this influence back to the bottom line. Response to conversion velocity.
This is critical for ROI justification. It tracks how quickly AI-influenced prospects convert once they arrive on your site. If an AI source successfully influences a lead or provides a direct recommendation, how fast does that lead move through the funnel compared to a lead that arrived via a traditional organic search result?
You're measuring the quality of the lead.
You're measuring if this new channel is dramatically speeding up or slowing down the path to purchase. This holistic view is necessary for measuring the true value of model influence.
That comprehensive measurement framework transitions perfectly into Trend 4. Multi-platform success demands organizational integration. The sheer complexity we just discussed, technical, content, multimodal, multi-metric, requires seamless enforced integration between SEO, content, technical teams, and the emerging AI specialists.
If the complexity is immense, the organizational silo strategy is obsolete. You cannot win the share of AI conversation if the SEO team is working independently from the PR team or the paid media team.
And there's data to back this up.
The data supporting this is quite revealing. Bright Edge data shows that approximately 34% of AI citations come from PR-driven coverage, with another 10% coming from social channels.
Wait. 34% of AI citations are coming directly from third-party PR coverage, not the brand's own content.
That's what the data shows.
That's not only incredible, it changes the entire definition of an SEO priority. That off-site reputation work is directly fueling AI visibility.
It proves that off-site reputation work isn't just a vanity metric. It is a foundational source for AI trust and authority scoring. This necessitates the organizational merger of disciplines. SEO becomes inseparable from brand management and omnichannel marketing.
Because the AI model is scoring your brand based on what the rest of the web says about you.
Not just what you say about yourself.
So, practically speaking, what are the key integration requirements? How do we break down those internal silos?
They are threefold, requiring both process and data integration. First, there has to be a seamless alignment of paid and organic messaging. Ads and AI summaries frequently appear side by side in search environments, so the messaging, the tone, the claim, it all has to be coherent.
Right.
Second, coordinating PR and content is vital. The content team must know what the PR team is promoting and build out detailed, citation-worthy landing pages to support that third-party coverage, maximizing the trust signal flow.
And what about the data side?
The third piece is crucial. Expanding the trusted signal footprint through influencer marketing and affiliate programs, especially for product-led searches. This requires sharing visibility data between the teams.
So, for instance,
the paid media team's PPC data on high-converting keywords should inform the organic content team's topic clusters, while the PR team's journalist contacts should be leveraged to boost the authority of the highest-performing content.
This means digital PR has become an essential core SEO and AI success factor, moving far beyond simply acquiring a high domain authority link.
Far beyond.
It's about earning genuine editorial recognition that AI models trust.
Precisely. As LLMs and generative engines decide which sources to reference, brands must actively focus on cultivating trust, authority, and credibility within their field. This means going past basic link acquisition and focusing on cultivating genuine, sustained editorial recognition from industry publications, respected analysts, and trusted subject matter experts.
So, the sources are essentially saying that brands that consistently appear in high-quality editorial coverage and expert roundups, those are the sources AI systems learn to trust and recommend.
Yes, because that establishes EEAT credentials that are verifiable by the model. Implementation requires specific proactive steps. Brands must treat branded search volume as a vital top-of-funnel metric because a high branded search volume signals trust.
And what else?
They need to proactively build relationships with publishers, influencers, and major review platforms.
And crucially, activating internal expertise.
That's the most neglected part. Enterprises have to activate their internal thought leaders for interviews, webinars, and expert commentary, essentially giving the AI clear human expertise to cite and verify. And then the organization has to monitor AI visibility and track brand representation across platforms, ensuring alignment with brand goals and addressing negative sentiment instantly.
Before the LLMs can internalize it.
Exactly.
That is a massive undertaking, requiring coordination across entire departments. We've established the complexity and the scale required. Now, how do large enterprises, which often have hundreds of thousands of pages, manage this?
Well, that brings us to Trend 5.
Trend 5 is clear. Automation becomes non-negotiable for AI survival and scaling.
The scope of the work simply makes manual SEO unsustainable. We're talking about managing visibility across traditional search and multiple AI platforms, handling the fast-paced fixes required for agentic crawl issues, and producing high-quality, citation-worthy content at the necessary scale.
Manual just can't keep up.
Manual tasks will hamper productivity and performance to the point where the enterprise cannot compete in the conversational era.
So automation is no longer a luxury for efficiency. It's a requirement for existence in this competitive AI landscape. What are the specific functional automation requirements that enterprises must adopt right now?
There are 4 critical areas that demand technological intervention. First, AI visibility monitoring. You simply cannot manually check your brand presence, your AI presence rate, and citation authority across dozens of AI platforms at scale. Automated, real-time tracking is mandatory.
Right. And the content creation process must also be automated, not for generation, but for optimization.
Absolutely. The second area is content optimization. This involves using AI tools not to write the final piece, but to find content gaps, optimize existing content structure for cognitive ease, and ensure compliance with AI readability standards. like generating the necessary schema markup instantly upon publication.
And the technical elements we talked about in Trend 1 also demand automation for continuous hygiene.
They do. Technical SEO requires automated site fixes for rapid response to agentic crawling issues, since these bots move fast and frequently change their requirements. Constant schema validation across fast site portfolios, and continuous performance monitoring of core web vitals under load.
So if an AI agent tries to crawl and fails,
You need an automated alert and often an automated fix, instantly.
and finally, making sense of all this data.
Reporting and insights must be automated. Automated dashboards need to seamlessly combine the traditional SEO metrics like traffic and conversions with the new AI citation data, providing a unified view of model influence versus clicks. It's the only way to demonstrate the integrated ROI to leadership.
But the sources are quick to establish a crucial balance here, the non-negotiable role of human governance. Automation scales, but humans must steer the ship. What's the boundary?
This is the essential check against the technology. Enterprises have to establish internal governance and alignment on AI usage for SEO and content creation. AI should be used for insights, for content creation drafts, for optimization, and for scale automation. But human oversight must be maintained for three non-negotiable functions: strategy definition, quality control, and ensuring brand voice and authenticity.
The sources include a strong authenticity note, emphasizing that AI-generated content alone will not earn the crucial citations necessary for long-term influence.
Right. LLMs are looking for unique, human-backed insights and verifiable EAT. They're looking for the content published by genuine thought leaders and backed by verifiable expertise. Workflows must be built to combine the AI's speed, its scaling capability, with human expertise and unique storytelling.
That human element.
That spark of original thought and verifiable experience is what ultimately earns the trust of both machine and the end user.
This brings us to the overall enterprise SEO focus for 2026. If a listener is going to take away one unified strategy, what should their primary focus be?
Google must remain the primary focus: traditional search, AI overviews, and AI mode. It still holds the lion's share of the market and the high-intent transactional volume. But simultaneous to that, monitoring and aggressively optimizing for the growth of emerging AI discovery and answer-based engines is now essential. We have to live and win in both worlds.
And for the professionals themselves, the enterprise SEO team, what are their key professional focuses now that their job description has expanded so dramatically?
Their role is shifting from a technical specialist to a strategic integrator. They need to manage enterprise SEO integrated with all marketing disciplines, adopting that site-to-brand team approach.
So it's a bigger role.
Much bigger. They have to implement internal AI governance and ensure all teams utilize AI correctly for insights and scale, not just simple content spinning. And perhaps most importantly for their careers, they must manage CEO and CMO stakeholder expectations, guiding the executive level to understand these complex changes.
Using the new metric.
Using the new metrics we discussed, with clarity and confidence.
The ultimate goal, then, remains crystal clear, regardless of the platform. It's about authority.
The ultimate goal is ensuring your brand is cited and sourced as the authority, regardless of the search or AI engine a customer uses to initiate their research. The final conclusion from the sources is that SEO must fully evolve into influence optimization with a laser focus on building authority through thought leadership and credible third-party signals.
Especially that critical PR-driven coverage we identified.
Especially that, accounting for 34% of citations.
Okay, let's circle back and summarize this deep dive into the future of enterprise visibility. We've established that enterprise SEO is fundamentally moving from traditional ranking goals to building pervasive influence. We've seen the dramatic rise of AI agents, which now account for roughly 33% of organic search activity, requiring perfect technical plumbing via standards like MCP servers and LLMs.txt.
Right.
And we've detailed the critical need for organizational integration, recognizing that PR is now a core SEO function that directly builds model trust.
The shift is happening now, driven by AI's ability to synthesize answers from trusted, vetted sources. The old way of measuring success simply won't cut it. Brands need to pivot to track model influence, using the 5 essential metrics, not just focusing on click-through rates.
It's a new battleground.
The battleground is the content inside the answer box, not the link on the search results page.
And that leads us to a final provocative thought for you, the listener, to mull over as you prepare your 2026 strategy. Considering those 5 essential AI search metrics, AI presence rate, citation authority, share of AI conversation, prompt effectiveness, and response to conversion velocity. Which of the traditional SEO metrics that you currently track, perhaps average ranking position or simple keyword traffic, will soon become completely obsolete, failing to reflect true business value?
It's a tough question.
And more importantly, how quickly should you transition your internal reporting to reflect the new reality of share of AI conversation? The answer to that will define your success this year.
The clock is ticking on that transition.
If you like our podcast, let's catch up on LinkedIn.